You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
Well, good morning and hello, kids, and welcome to Season 3 and episode number 171 of the Daily Beaver Morning Show here on the Crier Media Network. Today, live recording day, is Wednesday, July 26, 2023, and it's going to be a scorcher here at the Beaver Lodge, with temperatures feeling like 35 or 36 degrees Celsius. Oh, help me, sweet baby Jesus. I look tropical. I am not. I am a Canadian beaver. I'm a spring, I am a winter, and I am an autumn beaver. But summer, ooh, yeah, it's a little rough on me. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him. Hey, Mr. Beaver, eh? Ooh.
Look at the humidity.
Yeah, 96%. Ugh. And with me, as always, as you've just heard, is my dear friend, Mr. Grizzly. I see the kids there go. The beaver is back from nature, says Ket Ellen. Yes, he is. I got to see some of my my brethren, too. Saw a couple of dams over the course of the weekend, too. Saw handiwork of my brothers and sisters. Way to
Nice.
go. Of course, a big thank you goes to our podcast's founding sponsors, the Peppermaster, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. I guess we have a Wednesday morning nibble for you. But first, the most important thing that we do. Good morning, Mr. Grizzly. It's been a while. It's nice to see you. How's your mental health today?
Well, good morning, Mr. Beaver. We're going to gloss over the whole mental health thing for the time being. Lots of stuff going on up here, so let's just get on with the show, shall we? And I'm feeling like this. If I can get that logo on the screen, there we go. I'm feeling like this.
Okay.
Because of this.
It lacks a defined congregation hierarchy or structure. C. Peter Wagner, a U.S. missionary who coined the term New Apostolic Reformation, wrote in 2011 that it is, quote, not an organization. No one can join or carry a card. It has no leader. I do not know what this deals with.
It's directly from the CBC News article I put in the chat earlier on, titled, the name of the article, or the headline for the article is Breakaway Believers Warn PC Party of Dominionist Religious Movement. 3 former adherents say Christian conservatives are more radical than they seem, and this is taking place in New Brunswick. The link to that article, for the CBC article, and this is not the first time we've talked about this, and it won't be the last, because we need people to understand there are people who do not have your best interest at heart, and they believe they can rule the nation with the word of God, which is really disturbing because it's their interpretation thereof. I don't play that. And here's the thing. The more we fight to try and inform people of what's taking place, the more sturdy they become in their resolve to try and make this a Christian nation. It's not. It never will be as long as I draw breath. It is a secular nation ruled by laws made by men and women who run this country. And as long as I draw breath, I will make sure that stays that way, because these are people who do not have our interests at heart. And our interests are secularism, number 1, diversity, number 2, and number 3, peace and love for everyone who wants to come here and make a better life for themselves. They don't want that. They are not good people. They do not have your interest in mind. So I know that's a really heavy way to start the show, but that's why I'm feeling like this flaming grizzly bear right now. And the flaming grizzly bear is a bear on fire, not a big, gay, tubby, hairy man. Not that kind of bear. Right? Well, I mean, we have to clarify, right?
Oh boy.
Gotta clarify.
That's my fault. We have to clarify because of me. We have to clarify because of me.
Well,
I know when we're talking about me.
Well, you are a bit of a... Well, no, you're not. You're less of a... now.
More of an otter, actually.
Yeah, you've lost a lot of weight recently, so...
Yeah, 25 pounds, baby. Keeping it off, too.
Bear-like, then.
Yep. We'll talk a little bit more about that, because... but before we do, I am... really, really, really... Well, I'm kind of rested, and then I'm not. I'm rested because other than what I heard in podcasts yesterday between 11:30 p.m. and 1:15 a.m., I know absolutely nothing that has gone on in the world over those 48 hours. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We had gorgeous weather. We ate like kings. Because we don't just do sausages on a stick over the fire when we glamp. And this is not just glamping, it's gay glamping, right? So it has levels.
Of course it does.
I am just saying. So Sunday we did some beach. Fortunately, in the forest, it was way cooler because of the trees and shade. It was muggy AF. And holy crow, I have never seen so many deer flies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculous. The mosquitoes
time of the season.
Mosquitoes were bad enough because we had rain recently, but the deer flies, holy crow.
Did you get bit? Because they take a chunk of skin when they bite. Those things are vicious.
Got a bit a couple times. Nothing big, but a couple times. Alex, I think, got bit a couple more times. But on the next day, we did some nice canoeing throughout all the on the
I can
lake.
row a boat canoe.
Yep, on near Charleston Lake.
I can row a boat canoe. Canoe.
So no, it was great. That's a good one. So that was lovely, and then the following day, as an act of love, to show that I really, 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 really love my sweetie, we went on a hike. I don't hike.
I was going to say that's not your jam.
It is really not my jam. Okay, one, I don't walk. I will bike anywhere. Right. I will run if I need to, especially if someone starts a gun. I will run. Okay. I will cross country ski. You put a racket in my hands and I can play tennis for hours. I mean, these legs move, but I do not walk. I do not understand going for a walk. I do not. I just don't understand it. The only time I understand it is when the fall colors change and you want to go see the fall colors. Other than that, I don't get it.
Not your thing.
Hiking is walking upwards with rocks and roots and tree stumps and stuff, a whole bunch of stuff to trip on, and then bugs, and then, of course, humidity. All things I do not like with a passion.
So on my weekend in Wakefield with my beloved, she said, let's go for a walk through this. I want to walk this trail. I'm like, okay. It was uphill entirely for 2 kilometers. I don't think it ever came downhill. I think the whole thing was 2 kilometers uphill. And I did it in flip-flops. To say that my calves hurt for days afterwards would be an understatement. But I'm not the only one. Bridget was hurting too. So, we both paid the price for that hike. It was lovely. Don't get me wrong. But it was like, I didn't know it was going to be uphill the entire way. Now, of course, I exaggerate, but it seemed like it was uphill. I'd say it was 50% uphill, 50% downhill. The downhill was, I think, harder on the calves than the uphill, actually.
Yes. Downhill is harder. So, we were doing that. And, of course, the Beaver sweetie doesn't pick like a 2 or a 3 kilometer hike, but
no,
10.
It's got to be like 10.
10.
I knew it.
10. I don't walk. And I did 10 up and down with rocks and dirt and tree stumps and
Hope you had good shoes on.
Deer flies. And yes, I did. But my feet were killing me when we were done.
Try it and
My legs were fine. My legs could have kept going. My feet were like, mercy. Please stop. It's too damn hot for this.
Okay, I just got a notification from Bridget. She said it was 3 kilometers and it was post stand-up paddleboarding. So, so we paddled from. I don't know if you're familiar with Wakefield at all, but we went all the way to the Wakefield Covered Bridge, which is got to be a few kilometers, I think. Yeah. So, from where you put in at the water, right at the docks there, right at the expedition shop, right when you come into Wakefield, it's right there.
Yeah.
We put in there and paddled all the way to the bridge and then back. Oh, we also walked a couple kilometers too. So, yeah, and then hiked. Yeah, it was a lot of work. We were. Let's just say the hot tub at the B&B came in very handy.
They didn't have a hot tub at the campground.
No, I don't imagine they would.
To the tent with you.
Not quite the same now, is it?
Not quite the same. After sitting by the campfire, especially between 8 and 10, so like, mosquitoes, please go to bed. But it was a wonderful weekend. I am rested. I am recharged. And, of course, the big news is that a shuffle will happen today. But
I thought it was yesterday. It's today. I was just reading about it.
Yeah, but before we get to that, we will talk about this Dominionist thing that you talked about, because I brought up the article. And first thing I noticed on the article is the picture, Mr. Grizzly.
You want me to put that on?
For our viewers at home. Yeah.
It's not showing.
Yeah, for some reason we're having a delay all the time. Just try it again. Let's see. I don't know what it is. It's a new thing that started about like 4 or 5 days ago. Just because it can, it will be capricious. All right, we'll keep trying. I'll leave it up there. There you go.
Did it show up? Oh.
Yeah. Eventually, there we go. What does this picture remind you of?
Well, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see it.
Members of the Canadian Prophetic Council, there's a prophetic name, in front of the Lieutenant Governor's residence in Charlottetown in 2019, recreating the Fathers of Confederation photo. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is because, well, we know what these guys stand for. There seems to be a lot of women in this Father of Confederation's photo. I'm guessing that once the members of the Canadian Prophetic Council got what they want, all the women in those photos would sort of vanish. Yeah. And be replaced by something else, maybe? Yeah. So it looks like a bit of visual fun, a knowing wink to Canadian history. In 2019, members of the Canadian Prophetic Council were meeting in Charlottetown and decided to pose for a photo in front of the Lieutenant Governor's residence. They were recreating an iconic image in the country's history. In 1864, the Fathers of Confederation were photographed in the same location in the same poses during a break in their deliberations on the creation of Canada. Among those in the 2019 photo was Faytene Grasseschi, a leading figure in the Christian conservative movement based in New Brunswick since 2020. Sitting in the Sir John A. Macdonald position was Tatiana Russell Chip, a musician and missionary, of course, at the Grasseschi's church in Quispamsis, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Quispamsis. Tatiana Russell Chip has since left that movement because she was so disturbed by that. But here's the A-B comparison, right? Look, even the one guy's got his hat up, like the top hat fella there, you see?
Yeah.
Like they're really going for it because they think they're the ones who have the right to, rule our nation with an iron religious fist.
Yeah, this black lady on the back step has no idea what's waiting for her, does she?
Nope, she'll be the first one to be thrown under the bus.
Oh. She's
kind of
smiling.
like
She's smiling the broadest. Interesting.
Of course. Well, it's like Leslyn Lewis, dining with a Nazi.
Yep. Oh my word. Yep. Okay. The new photo was more than a cheeky homage, said Russell Chip. It was meant as a prophetic act. Quote, like, we're going to be who you were in a new time in order to be God's hands and feet for Canada to reestablish the Dominion of Canada as something that honors God. I don't have a direct line to God like you guys think you do, but I am pretty sure that some entity that's supposed to be omniscient, omnipotent, all powerful, and all the rest probably doesn't need your help for that. Little presumptuous to think that you could be doing God's work in God's place. I'm not particularly religious, so maybe I'm not the best source of information on what God wants or their God wants, but I did go to Catholic school for the first 10 years of my scholastic education, and we had catechism every damn year, and every damn year the same damn events kept on happening at the same damn time. And it seems that in every single one of those years, I don't know, we were taught a lot about presuming, and we were taught a lot about making big public displays of just how much more devout we were than everybody else.
Well, this goes back. It goes back to.
I'm not saying I'm not a deep. I don't have deep knowledge, but I have read the book. Not all of it cover to cover, but some pretty good chunks of it. I got the general gist. Not sure this God entity that you're working for is particularly fond of the work you're doing. Well, but what do I know? It's not my religion.
This person, Grasseschi, that's her surname. What is her first name? Faytene, Faytene.
Yes.
E. She now leads the Canadian Prophetic Council, which lists, in quotation, belief in the supremacy of the Word of God, end quotation, as its first core value.
And this, I'm not sure if it's the Faytene that they're talking about is the same Faytene that has a TV show. Or
yeah, it's her. Yeah, that's her.
Faytene TV. Yeah.
There it is.
I've heard of her.
Yeah. Faytene TV.
I've heard of her. I've even watched 1 or 2 episodes of her show way back when.
They're very stealth about it, right? Very stealth.
Yep.
They come across, and there's a quotation in this story, if I can find it, that they come across as very kind and loving, but they really aren't.
Yeah, so did Annie Wilkes. I'm your #1 fan. You just stay in bed right there. I'll take good care of you. I'll take real good care of you.
Oh, you dirty birdie. This is called hobbling. Remember that scene? Oh, that for those of you who are not getting that pop culture reference, it's from the film
Misery.
Thank you, Misery. The Stephen King novel featuring James Caan, the late James Caan, who was the author of the novel, the Misery novel. Misery Chastain was the character in the novel that he wrote within the film, and
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, thank you, who was rather psychotic fan. I'll take care of you.
But you got to write one more book for me, just for me. So, the Fathers of Confederation called the new nation the Dominion of Canada, inspired by Psalm 72:8. Quote, "He shall have dominion from sea to sea and from river to river unto the ends of the earth." For some believers, that choice of words was a sign from God, according to former followers. Well, I'm sure when you're these kind of people, absolutely anything can be interpreted as a sign from God. It just depends how creative you are, right? It's prophetic to them, said Brent Harris, a St. John City councillor who worked as a minister for churches affiliated with the Grasseschi's church in Quispamsis. That's a really interesting, that's not easy to say for some reason. Using that word was the Lord coming in to put his fingerprint on the nation. And when the resurrection happens, this will be the nation of Canada rising to its proper place in the kingdom, Harris said. What I've never been able to understand is why these people think that God picked specific nations within a whole universe that he allegedly made.
Well, this is why I say we should change that line in the national anthem from "God keep our land" to "Let's keep our land glorious and free."
If God made everything would be his favorite.
Yeah. Why would he choose us over?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. If God is perfect like this, why would he be? Oh, well, I like that better than that, or that's more perfect.
If God's perfect, she's not choosing sides.
Yeah, and if God's perfect, God doesn't make mistakes. So all these people that you say shouldn't be here, how did we get here?
Yeah. So
lots and lots and of course. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, we are all creations of the devil.
Well, one of her quotations here, she said she was motivated as a mother, believing parents should not be excluded from discussions at school about their children wanting to change their names and pronouns to reflect their gender identity. This is speaking about Higgs on policy 713. Gagne said it's common for NAR followers to frame their efforts, in quotation marks, in a way that doesn't sound religious, end quotation, to gain allies and advance their agenda. Stealth. These are not good people.
No, these are not good people at all. At all. And this is why Higgs is still going for it, because he thinks there are enough of these people, and that they have enough influence that no matter what anybody in his cabinet says, or his caucus says, he's going to stand.
Well, what was the story? What was the story we referenced not too long ago about how they're trying to infiltrate every aspect of government, starting with municipal, so school count, to get on the council for the school board, right?
Yep.
And then become a city councillor, and then maybe mayor, and then work your way into political politics, or provincial politics, and then up to the federal level. They're trying to penetrate from every possible angle. And again, you want to practice your religion, go knock yourself out. You want to force your religion upon others, get the fuck out of here.
Yep. But that's why when I say democracy is something that you do, it means even getting your body in line. People like us need to run for school boards and city council.
Yes.
Because they will.
Yeah.
They will.
They will get involved because they are religiously motivated. And the thing is, they have obscured and skewed their religion to suit their ideology, which is not at all Christian-like in any way, shape, or form. At all.
Yeah. Now, the following one is a Faytene quote, which I believe applies to us. They think it applies to them. When they say it, it's pretty scary. What motivated me is that I love Canada. No, you don't, sister. You don't. Because if you loved it, you wouldn't be trying to change it in the way that you are. You don't love it. You actually quite despise it.
Indeed.
Quote, if you love something, you get involved, and it's really as simple as that. The nation and our communities are shaped by those who show up in the process. Yeah, that part is true, kids. That's why we need to get involved before they do. And we need to be more organized than they are. And we need to be more dedicated than they are, and more motivated than they are, and more resolute than they are. Mm-hmm. However, her previous statements and involvement in various religious organizations have caused some to question the motivations behind her campaign and to urge PC party members to be wary. Since Grasseschi gave that interview, several former followers have called her out on social media. They believe a religious doctrine called New Apostolic Reformation is central to her political activism and her attempts to influence the PC party's debate about Hague's future. Quote, they just want to come across as very caring and pleasant and normal regular people, and they're really good at that, said Sarah Ecker, a former adherent of NAR who lives outside Fredericton. But behind the scenes, they're much more radical in their beliefs. According to Russell Chip, Grasseschi's political activism, quote, checks all the boxes of the NAR, which he said, quote, aims to make society look more like heaven so it's more plausible for Jesus to return. Again, all-powerful, all-knowing, all that kind of stuff, doesn't really need any perfect ideal conditions. Can probably come any single time they want to. Maybe it's because you guys are being such a bunch of dicks that he's staying away.
Well, they seem to forget
Ever consider that angle?
I went to Catholic school too. They seem to forget that God gave his only son to us to die for our sins, right?
Yeah.
And who did Jesus hang out with? The lepers, the whores, the poor, the unclean, the unwashed. Huh. So if he comes back, let's say he came back next week.
And they're all washed and fresh and clean.
Where's he going? He's going to Skid Row. He's going to the homeless.
He's going to the downtown
sex
east side.
workers. He's going to,
he's going to the downtown east side.
Yes,
Vancouver.
They don't see that. They just see that as something like they've so skewed.
We've been good and devout Christians. Please come and see us first and anoint us.
You'd be like, no, I gotta go take care of these folks.
Sorry, gotta wash my hair.
You folks are on the express to hell because you've not obeyed any of my teachings. You didn't read anything I wrote. Well, he didn't write, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Like she does. So Grasseschi does say something here that I do agree with. Okay. She says her ideas have evolved over the years. Okay. There are things I said years ago that I would not say today or not in the same way. This could be said of any public person. As we go, we mature and deepen in understanding. Our communities are also different in a different place, and the conversations are different. Completely agree with that statement. I am not the same person today at 55 that I was at 25. I've grown, I've matured, my frontal lobes are fully formed. And there was things I said and did when I was that age that I'm like, oh God, I can't believe I said and did those things. But because you're young and dumb and you don't know better, time and experience teaches you. And if you're smart, you pay attention and learn from your mistakes and do better. So I agree with the statement she made there, except here's the thing. She's kind of going in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. Tatiana Russell Chip was a musician and a missionary at Grasseschi's church in Quispamsis. I just cannot say that word for some reason. She joined in 2017, said the church became more politically active in 2020 when Faytene arrived. Quote, she was extremely driven and knew that this was a place that she could get support from people who thought like her. So basically, she just walked right in and said, hi, I'm redecorating.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about making yourself at home. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Grasseschi tries to say that religion is not relevant to the policy 713 debate. Of course, no, it's not, right? They're just doing this because I can't think. Doing this because well, it's not exactly like we're scary. I mean, we show up. It's not exactly like we sneak. I mean, we wear glitter. It's not like we sneak up on you kind of loud and go, hey, girl, hey. It's not like...
it's not Borat where we put the marriage sack over you and drag you off into the bush.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we do have cookies here on the dark side, and we hand them out liberally. But it's not like we say, take me to your leader or else we atomize your face.
I don't know that that's a terrible idea, though.
We just like give you some good beats and, between all the hydration and the moisturizing and accessorizing, we gyrate a little to those good beats. And, if you want to have some fun, then you're welcome to come and gyrate us and gyrate with us. And that's pretty much as complicated as it gets. Gyrate and hydrate with us, and we'll all have a good time. And we don't put much more thought in it than that. Seriously. There's no big plan for world domination, and the gay agenda is really simple.
There's no recruitment drive.
Roll out of bed looking fabulous. Take over the world. Brunch. Keep taking over the world. Beauty sleep. Maybe some gym tan and laundry in there.
GTL. Oh my God, I can't believe you went to Jersey Shore.
Hey, there's gay gym tan. It's more like dry. Yeah. It's more like dry cleaning, yoga, and yoga and Pilates.
This situation,
and then bronzing.
I can't believe that was a hit show. Do you know they had one in the UK as well, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was in Newcastle called the Geordie Shore.
Okay.
Oh God, it was even greasier than the. Oh, I watched one episode. I'm like, okay, I think I've gotten dumber. It was even. Oh, it was so bad.
Okay, like okay, no, like wait.
The Geordies, like.
No, but yeah.
Like I have a slice of pizza, right? It's like a pizza. It has like 4 slices. It's like less than a pizza with 8 slices, but it's the same size pizza. Now, look, 8 slices is more pizza than 4. No, oh God.
Nope. It's like I remember that I never watched Geordie Shore, but I just remember that it was legendarily bad, says Jen Whittle. Kid Jen. But you know that Little Britain show?
Mm-hmm.
You have the guy doing that girl. Yeah, but no. And then go on and make these long explanations for stuff that just did not.
The funny thing about that is that there are really people like that.
Mm. All kinds.
My buddy is from Manchester, so he had a real thick Mancunian accent, but he went to Oxford and he became a lawyer. So they had to strip that accent from him and give him a very posh accent, and which he has now. But we get into a couple of drinks and he can go right Geordie in a split second, right? It's
from Jaunty to Geordie.
It's hard being the only gay in the village.
You ever see the one where where he meets the second gay in the village and then he casts him out?
Yeah.
So
I'm the only one. Yeah.
I'm the only guy in my village.
Do you have to go to toilet? No. Gets him all dressed up, puts him in the wheelchair, gets him out to the beach. I've got to go to toilet.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, that's enough for with the Dominionists.
Yes.
The article goes on, but it's just more like a sort of like overview of what it is and what they're up to and whatnot. They're not talking about anything they're specifically doing now, except for with regard to policy 713, which they claim they're, of course, only caring about the best interests of the kids. But like I say, I keep on saying again, these people who keep on saying that they're against grooming and trafficking of children are the first that would kick their own kids out of their home if they happen to be gay or trans, thus putting them on the street, thus making them more susceptible to be trafficked or groomed.
Yeah,
so they don't care about the issue.
Hypocrites.
They don't care about what they say they care about. They just do not.
So I'm going to go to a clip that I have here that you've not seen, and I'm kind of surprising you with this, but it falls right in line with what you're talking about. And it speaks for itself. I watched this yesterday, and I thought, I'm going to have to put that on the show because it's good. So it's 3 minutes and 5 seconds of testimony, if you will. I don't know how else to say it. Just watch this.
So I recently finished my citizenship oath, and not only was the presiding judge queer, he was also very insistent and clear in that as a Canadian citizen, we are bound by the law and to society in terms of our acceptance of people from different sexualities, races, ethnicities, backgrounds, walks of life, preferences, etc. So I was really shocked to see many members of my Arab community be so explicit about their hate, about their homophobia and transphobia. My first thought is I ran from the Arab world because of people like you, and many people, many feminists, many women, many queer and marginalized people ran away from the Arab world because of homophobic and transphobic Arabs. Doesn't mean that everyone in the Arab world is homophobic or transphobic. It doesn't mean you can weaponize my language about my people against my people. What it does mean for me is that, as I knew before, many Arab communities in Canada get warped up in their own worldview and echo chamber. We literally forget that we are not in the Arab world. We don't have the same political systems, and we have no right to infringe on other people's freedoms. For all those Arab parents that are saying leave our kids alone, the only people that should leave your kids alone are you. You are internalizing homophobia, femphobia, and transphobia in your children. And guess what? Your children have to be part of that global market, which includes a lot of queer people. How would you like them to behave when their coworker is queer? How would you like them to behave in a multicultural society? How would you like them to behave when even in the airport or on TV, there are queer signs, symbols everywhere? Queerness is part of our fabric and has historically been so, especially for the Arab community. As an Arab that grew up in the Arab world, we went to funerals, men with men, women with women, schools, men with men, women with women. Everything is gendered. If there is one community that is so fertile for the growth of queerness, it's the Arab community. We literally birth it from within. So don't move to Canada and then start spreading homophobia, transphobia, and femphobia amongst your children and amongst the community. Finally, this might be controversial, but as a queer person, every one of these people that appears in those videos becomes a source of unsafety for me if you are part of the same organization or space. So please know that if I see any Arab community member as part of these anti-queer spaces, I will report them to their HR. And every person should do this.
That's what we call a home run, my friends.
That's it. That's why one of the organizations I like to support is the Rainbow Railroad.
Yeah, exactly.
For that very reason, because as we keep on saying, none of us are safe until all of us are safe. And while we might have it really good in Canada, we are one country among 200 and something in the world, and most of them, the overwhelming majority of them, we are not safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
not safe at all.
My in my occupation, one of the I can't get into the details of who and where I work, but we work with Rainbow Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
We help to raise funds and awareness, and we donate, and yeah, we're all part of it because, you know, like you say, none of us are safe until all of us are safe, and that applies to everybody. Mm-hmm. By the way,
and that's not just gay people.
No,
because if gay people are not safe, black people are not safe, and if black people are not safe, white people, you're not safe either.
Well, you know, technically, I mean, again, I can walk amongst them, okay, but because I'm woke, many parts of this country wouldn't be safe for me to literally be who I am in a public space.
If you're white and you love me, you've got that just one drop in you.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to, right? So this young man, I don't, he's new Canadian, bless him, keep him safe.
Yes.
And as like Alan says, this needs to go viral. This needs to go viral. So please do us a favor and share today's show with as many people as you can, because it's important that we get that out there.
And I would like to add, because we've been talking about Dr. Bahir and all of them the past few days. Again, let's reiterate. Pretty much every single Muslim person that I have ever encountered, interacted with in my entire life, and I went to high school with many of them, because many Somali Muslims and Ethiopian Muslims came to Canada around the time I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. We have
We
massive...
had a lot of Christian Lebanese Arabs, and then Somali Muslims arrived, and Ethiopian Muslims arrived, and there was a little bit of tension for a little bit, and then everybody kind of figured out how things work here, and everything was fine. All of them, pretty much without exception. I don't ever remember meeting a Muslim, even if they felt they believed that, or they weren't completely convinced on homosexuality. I have never met one that has treated me poorly. Every single Muslim person, I know, of course, it's just my own personal anecdotal experience.
That's right.
This has been lovely, welcoming, charming, kind, generous. So I have no reason to believe that the Muslim community is any different than the regular Christian community, than the gay community, whatnot. Just nice, kind, decent, welcoming folks who are perfectly content to live and let live, because they too would like to just live and let live.
Yeah.
Especially people that have come here from afar, from situations that have been, because there are a lot of Muslim people that are born here too. They've been in Canada long enough to have been born here as well. You can't tell, and you can't assume. Always. I like this from Mr. Kyle. My wife asked our 5-year-old daughter what the pride flag means, and her response was, "You can be yourself."
Isn't that beautiful?
Out of the mouths of babes, wisdom. Wisdom. So, yeah, I mean, you know what? To all our Muslim brothers and sisters who have our backs, who know what discrimination is like, because they've been at the target of it, just like us, and don't want anybody else to feel it ever again, just like us, you can sit at my table, brothers and sisters. You can sit at my table. I will always recognize you. I have all the time in the world for you. And I got your back, because I know you got mine. And like we said, not on our watch. Not on our watch. Not going to happen. And there are more of us than there are them. Yep. Tabby G, hate is taught. Hate is taught.
That's right. Love is natural. Hate is unnatural. Hate is taught.
Yep. You just got to look at children in a room.
Yeah.
How they just naturally share, how they look out for each other. If one's all alone, somebody will go and talk to them like this, bring them back in. Just look at kids. Watch them. Yeah. They know. All right.
Got to wrap.
Got to wrap. We haven't even talked about the big issue of the day yet.
Okay, we got 10 minutes. Sorry. I got things I got to take care of. Sorry, apologies.
Okay.
Yeah. I have buddies flying in from another part of the country. I got to get stuff ready for them, so I got to pick them up at the airport. So it's a busy day for me. I know I'm on vacation, but I got a million things on the go today. My apologies. I should have told you that at the top of the show. We got rolling, and I went along with the ride.
Okay. The shuffle is going to be announced today. We've been talking about it a lot. It seems that it is going to be a bigger shuffle, because that was the whole debate, whether or not it would be a big one or a small one. A lot of people are going to read into the fact that it's a big one means that, oh my God, they must be panicking. Already we see all the usual suspects using, they're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Yeah. You know what? When 4 or 5 of you are using that same line, we know it came down from the central IDEO brain, and that there's nothing original about it. Really, rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Really, the boat isn't even sinking. And 2 years before an election is usually the time that the leader of a party will go around and ask everybody, "Hey, listen, you thinking of putting in another 6 years?" 2 more years now, and then 4 more years if you win. Because if you're not, now would be the time to let me know, so we can reduce your profile. Give someone else a chance to step up. So yeah, it seems that there's about 6 or 7 ministers who said that they do not plan to run again. So everybody's, oh my God, they're jumping ship already. No, this is government going into their 4th term, and some of them have been there since the beginning and even longer. So they call it a career, like Dr. Carolyn Bennett, for example.
Well, and I mean, I think some of them are just tired of the vitriol thrown at them on a daily basis.
Yeah. Or Omar Al-Gabra, who I kept on saying would be up for promotion after the way that he managed to clean up everything. And I thought, well, maybe he'd say, you know what, let me stay here for a little bit. I've done a lot of heavy lifting. I'd like to enjoy this. No, he's out.
Yeah, he's leaving. Yeah. Well, and
he's
somebody...
tired of being the brown person with the Muslim name getting a bit bashed on.
Yeah, and I think he was tired of that. Somebody said, well, he didn't fix the airlines.
Yeah. That's supposed to.
Do you want gatekeepers or not? Because they keep changing lanes on that one so damn often and never signal. They just change lanes. Fix the airlines. So you want us to nationalize them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Justice
that would make
Minister,
us gatekeepers.
It seems Justice Minister David Lametti might be another one who's not coming back. Government Procurement Services Helena Jasic may not be coming back. A couple of others I don't remember off the top of my head for some reason. It is rumored that Minister Anita Anand will be leaving Defense and taking over the Treasury Board portfolio, a financial portfolio. Kind of sad she's leaving Defense, if that is the case, because that work needed to be done in terms of the people being able to keep their hands to themselves and their members in their pants. It seemed like she was going to be the right person to do that. It looks...
Should be noted, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh said Tuesday the cabinet shuffle will not have an impact on the supply and confidence agreement.
Yeah, it shouldn't. The 4 or 5 ministers expected to stay in place are Freeland, Guilbeault, who I think should have a demotion, but who else is going to take environment and be a punching bag? And and Quebec loves them, so there's really no harm in leaving him, because whoever hates him still will hate him, and will hate whoever gets put in place, because they're talking about climate change, and the people who love him are really happy he's there. So
yeah, and he's able to, like you say, he's able to take a punch. So
yeah, he's just not a good communicator. He's just not an effective communicator. So for Freeland, and he,
I would actually argue that point a little bit, only because I've met the man and been in a meeting with him, and I think to say he's not a good communicator is only because we're not getting full communication. When I've been in a meeting with him and heard him speak, he had command of the room, and people really got on board with everything he said. But again, anecdotal information, my personal.
Again, when he's speaking to environmentalists, he's great.
He wasn't speaking to environmentalists, though. He was speaking to business leaders, and they were on board.
Yeah, but that's when people were on board. He's got. It's the other time like this.
What I'm saying. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear there. They're business leaders who weren't on board when he walked in the room. They were when he walked out.
Yes, I understand that, but there's an audience there that has a reason there to have an open mind to listen. What I'm saying is that, for example, he was not able to really explain the fuel surcharge.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's not very like the things that need to be explained to mom and pop, to grandma and grandma, that keeps on getting, the just transition, all that kind of stuff. It keeps on getting Alberta conservatives tied up in knots, which they would anyway. But you still got to be able to bypass that to explain that to Joe and Jay Canadian. That's not a strong point. That's where Jonathan Wilkinson comes in. He's really good at that. But he was doing that environment, and now he's at natural resources, and that's why they moved him there for the 1-2 punch. But Guilbeault knows his stuff. He's very, very good. He knows his stuff, but explain it to mom and pop. The retail politics part, not strong. Who else? It seems that Joly will probably be staying in place as well. François Philippe Champagne, those 4 will probably be staying in place. Looks like Blair might be going to Defense. Blair should really be out of cabinet. Mendocino looks like will be fully out of cabinet, which we recommended, but we thought he wouldn't because he's such a good party guy that he would land somewhere. Looks like he might be going out. Mona Forte, who we've commented on, who wasn't doing such a great job during the strike, also in terms of communicating, who did save it at the end. We gave her props, but looks like she's going. Doesn't surprise me. No word on Mary Ng yet. And looks like one of the people that will get the tap on the shoulder to come up the ranks is Greg Fergus, which would be nice. It would be nice to have a black minister. Doesn't happen often, I'll say. But other people that I'm looking to see if Mark Gerritsen will get a tap on the shoulder, whether Ryan Turnbull will get a tap on the shoulder, whether, O'Connell or Connolly, Jen O'Connolly or O'Connell, I can't remember off the top of her name, and another lady's name I just had in my head, Sherry Romanato, might get a tap on the shoulder. Well, we'll see for that. But that's supposed to come later this morning, so I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. Kits and Cubs in 2 minutes. If you happen to be at your computer and you're looking for something interesting to do, the Canadian national women's soccer team is playing their second match against Ireland at the World Cup. So tune into that and cheer if you can. I'll send some moral support. And at the World Aquatics Championships, there have been some good results. The first one, unfortunately, wasn't all that great for us. It was the 400-meter freestyle, which was the big marquee race for this event, because it featured Ariana Titmus, Katie Ledecky from the United States, who has won this, I think, like 3 or 4 times, or 3 or 4 Olympic medals or something like that, and Summer McIntosh, who currently held the world record and was like the 3 fastest times in the world for the next number of years, and it was this big race. Unfortunately, Summer McIntosh didn't seem to get all that she could out of her flip turns on that race, and ended up 4th. She was a second at one point, and then everybody started losing their minds. And it's like, yeah, it's one race.
One race.
It would be a very 16. Long career.
She's 16.
Yeah.
You think Michael Phelps won everything at 16? Yeah, no,
exactly.
He didn't.
In a very long career. And the person who won the race set a new world record.
Yeah.
That belonged to Summer McIntosh. Well, she redeemed herself today, winning bronze this morning in the 200 meter. So there you go. So no need to panic. No need to panic. And then we've had some other success. I believe that, last night, for the first time, just before going to bed, I watched the tower diving competition. 20-meter tower, women.
Oh,
and for men, it's 27-meter. No, thank you. Well, I'll pass on that opportunity.
I'm not afraid of heights, but I just jumping off that platform and going in feet first, you get up there and you stand and you look down and your legs quiver. Yeah. They turn to jello. We have those platforms at Carlton U. I don't know if you've ever been there for a swim.
I've done. There's 3, 5, and 10. I've done 3-meter springboard, which freaks me more than the 3-meter tower, because that thing wobbles and the bars don't go all the way to the end. And I think once I jumped off the 5, maybe, I'm not sure, but the 3 I definitely jumped off, and that happened once. And as soon as I left it, my heart was here. In my throat all the way down until I hit the water. That was not a fun experience. I never did it again.
Well, so I jumped off the 10-meter. The 10-meter? Yeah, the 10-meter tower.
Oh, my God.
Last time I did that was 1983.
Yeah. So this is 20 meters. Now, of course, they have the bubble thing that comes up when you fall in the water. And they do not dive in head first at that. So they do all the flips and they land feet first at those heights, because
20 meters is...
Yeah, and high. if you miss that, you miss your entry. That's not really great. So Canada got a silver medal and a bronze medal and 4th place.
Nice.
The only reason we did not sweep is because some lady from Australia, who's the 2-time world champion, now 3-time consecutive world champion, happened. I'm still competing.
Decided I'm over here. I'm going to win this, and then y'all take care, right?
You all decide what's going to happen with the rest. And apparently, the lady who won, apparently she's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, she's really, really, I mean, it's amazing how good she is. At the end, she just needed to do like this little simple one, like because like one Canadian did one that was like a degree of difficulty of 4.4. Who got the second place, and she just walks in at the end. Yeah, I'm just going to do this 3.0 difficulty one. Does it absolutely perfectly, lands almost no splash, gets 9s over the place. It's like I just need to do this basic one that I do every morning in practice, and just like she was spectacular to watch.
You know, when you say the degree of difficulty, it reminds me of a scene from the movie About Last Night, which was a Demi Moore, Rob Lowe film from the 80s.
Yes.
When they're in the bar and the two women, Demi Moore and Elizabeth, I can't remember her last name, Elizabeth Perkins. Elizabeth Perkins. They go, oh, look, here she comes. She has made her way to the stage, and she's going to try a combination hair flip and a giggle. It has a 3.0 degree of difficulty, and oh, she's nailed it. I think she got a disqualification from the East German judge.
Oh, stuck the dismount. Yeah. So in that high diving, Molly Carlson got the silver. Simone Leathead, I think, got the bronze, and Jessica McCauley was 4th, I believe.
I follow Molly on TikTok, and she dives all over the world. She does high diving competitions all over the world, and a lot of them are like almost cliff diving.
Yeah,
like she did something in the Thames, she did something in the Seine, she did something in Belgrade recently. It's like, holy crap! And they're like off of these super high 400-year-old bridges and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed it. Molly Carlson got the silver, Jessica McCauley got the bronze, and Simone Leathead was 4th. And the lady from Australia, her name is Rhiannon Ifland. Amazing if you ever have a chance to check out some of her dives.
Check it out. Yeah.
Kylie Mass took the silver in the women's 50-meter backstroke event. So that was good. And then I'm guessing that's just a semifinal, right? Yep. And then we got we are the champions of the 4th place. Ilya Karun got a 4th place in the 200-meter butterfly. Summer McIntosh, 4th place in the 400. I think there's another person that got another 4th place somewhere else. There was a 4th place in the synchro competition. There was another 4th place in diving. Just like,
we're knocking on the door. The Olympics are next year, man.
But it's like I think we've got like something like 6 or 7 medals so far, or something like that, 5 or 6, and there's like something like 6 4th places, 3 5th places, and it's like just there.
It's okay. This is warm up for the Olympics for next year.
Exactly. But more swimming to come, more competitions, lots of people making finals too. So I mean, nobody was talking about Ilya Kurin and Josh Leando 4 or 5 years ago.
No.
Right, and they're making finals.
Yeah, they are. So both Josh and Ilya look like they could be the future of Canadian men's swimming for sure.
So keep your eyes on them. All right, Mr. Grizzly, do we have a show?
We do indeed, sir.
All right, kids, we hope that you love this edition of the Daily Beaver Morning Show, because we loved making it for you. Of course, sharing is caring, and please, word of mouth is priceless. So use those lips, use that voice, use that tongue. Talk us up to anybody you know.
Please.
Whether they love politics, whether they hate politics, whether you think they'll love the show or hate the show, let them know.
Let them. Hey, look, we'll have people hate watch us all day long. Please.
All day long.
Please.
Yes, you can actually go to our YouTube and catch up.
Yeah.
Start from our first show on the YouTube, or go to the podcast, start from the first show, listen to them all.
They're all
collect them all. Hear what we've been up to since the beginning.
Love us, hate us, don't care about us. Either way, we just want you to watch. Engage, please.
Love me or hate me, it's an obsession. Love me or hate me, that is the question. If you love me, then thank you. If you hate me, then thank you. Lady Sovereign. Well, kids, that's the end of I already said that. Let's go. Because democracy is something that you do. Please keep your eyes on that shuffle. Tune out all the deck chairs on the Titanic talks and all that kind of stuff. They're just killing trees to put ink on it.
That's all it is.
Seriously. If you like this podcast, you can find us on the Crier Media Network, as well as all Beaver Grizzly friendly platforms. Stars and reviews are appreciated. And I see that we got somebody found a way to leave us a review on Apple, because now we're at 14 of them. So, or stars, stars without a review. So whoever did that, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And we are closing in on 300 if we haven't hit it already on the YouTube. I know we were at 290 something, counting. 295 and counting. Five more. Mm-hmm. 1 minute full. Come on, kids. You can do it. I know you can. We'd love to hear from you. Reach us on our Facebook at True North Eager Beaver, Twitter at True Eager, and by email at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. And you could subscribe to us if you click that little squiggly here that's under my chin. That's all has that flashing, beautiful, sparkly light going around it.
Scan the QR code, kids.
Pardon?
Scan the QR code, kids.
Scan the QR code. And that will bring you to our Podpage site, which is at podpage.com/the True North Eager Beaver. Lowercase letters, all in one, well, all in one word, lowercase, no, not all in one word, lowercase letters with a hyphen between each one of those words is what I meant to say, but my tongue is still camping. Yeah. Why not also subscribe to our True North Eager Beaver Media Incorporated YouTube channel? As we mentioned, that helps us out big time. Make like Kit and Lane and smash those buttons. And, before you smash, maybe you want to take the channel out for dinner for a bit. Candlelight.
Jesus.
Romantic music. You don't just have to smash and dash. You can stay for a while. Just say.
Smash and dash. Is that like hit it and quit it?
Hit it. Not that I would know. I'm a gentleman.
I ain't saying nothing.
We can't do this without your kind and generous support. So if you feel we've done a particularly good show, if you're watching, scan the QR code by Mr. Grizzly's head here, and that will bring you to the True North Eager Beaver Hydration Fund. Very, very, very important.
It's not really a hydration fund. It's trying to raise money so we can pay for some of this stuff. That's really what it is.
Don't say the quiet part out loud.
My charge account has racked up a lot of money.
No, we're Faytening them. Shh.
Okay.
We have to make it sound like it's completely innocuous.
If you
then they open up the wallets.
Oh, okay.
We're doing it for Jesus. Shh.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That's all we need is them to start jumping on our page. Great.
Kids and cubs, Jesus approves way more of what we do than they. Donate to us instead.
You can come down to the Jumpin' Jesus Trampoline Center.
We know that your charitable donation money only goes so far. You have choices. Hey, as I can't remember, Kit Cassie, I think, said she'd much rather donate to our Caesar fund than to the PC party or the Conservative Party right now. So there you go. Fair point. My God, Ireland 1-0 so over Canada with a fast goal so far. Oh, that is not good. I do not know why I do not have a good feeling. Okay, we can't do this. It's just that Soccer Canada thing. Yeah, I know. We can't do this without your. It's not the team. It's not the team. We can't do this without your kind and generous support. So if you feel that we've done a particular show, like you said, donate there. And if you are listening, then you go to ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver. That is all in one word, lowercase letters, and that's where you can make our donation to keep us going. Keep the liquids flowing. Yeah. All right. Okay. Kits from the Beaver Lodge. This is your Eager Beaver saying, until next time, dear kids, it can be a tough world out there. So be kind to and gentle with yourself. And Mr. Grizzly, some words of wisdom.
Hydrate today. It's going to be a hot one out there if you're in Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. I can't speak for the rest of the country, but this part of the country is going to be super hot.
Yeah, I'm feeling the opening bars from Smooth going on. It's a hot one. Bow, bow, bow. Seriously. Okay, Mr. Grizzly, roll them credits.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, The Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum. And The Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
All right, kids. You have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going on my way to cheer on Team Canada.
See ya.
See ya.